The past 2 seasons have reshaped expectations inside the Formula One paddock. Several teams that once measured progress in tenths are now forced to think in organizational terms: infrastructure, processes, communication. Competitive form is no longer built only in the wind tunnel, but in how efficiently information moves between departments and how quickly mistakes are identified and corrected. That reality has become more visible as the championship approaches a major regulatory reset. The 2026 rules have accelerated internal reviews across the grid. Factories are reassessing priorities. Technical groups are being restructured. Team principals are being asked to define not just car concepts, but long-term operating models that can survive an era of hybrid complexity and tighter margins.
Against that backdrop, Williams closed the 2025 season with a solid 5th place in the Constructors' Championship. It marked a clear shift from recent years, when the Grove-based team was focused primarily on avoiding the bottom of the standings. The FW47 still received limited aerodynamic development, but consistent gains were achieved across the campaign under the guidance of Alex Albon and Ferrari recruit Carlos Sainz. Speaking exclusively to motorsport.com, Team Principal James Vowles said the coming regulation change is not being viewed internally as a final exam. "I think it's more difficult within the current regulations to find relative performance when you are limited by a way of thinking or a structure you had before," he explained. 2026 is a blank sheet, so you can approach it in a very different way, but I don't see it as a test of fire. I see it as a continuation of the journey.
Vowles pointed to how Williams used 2025 to address weaknesses that had little to do with downforce. Only a few weeks of aerodynamic development were added to the car during the year. Instead, the team invested time in operational detail. What we worked on was whether we had the right balance, the right way of managing tires, the right way of communicating with the motorists, and the right tools, he told the portal. That cost nothing. It's about using the product differently. A lot of performance that was stuck started to come out. The shift followed difficult moments, including the 2024 Japanese Grand Prix, when Williams was unable to field 2 cars due to a shortage of suitable chassis. Vowles said those situations forced structural changes after his arrival from Mercedes.
One of the most significant, he added, was dismantling a culture of internal deflection and replacing it with what he called honest accounting of performance. "It's easy to produce a report that claims gains without validation," he said. "Now we apply strict peer-reviewed checks. If something is lost, we admit it and recover it." That environment, according to Vowles, has made the organization more receptive to change. "The first change is always the hardest," he said. "But when people see it as beneficial, the business becomes more agile." In 2025, we changed more than in 2023 and 2024 combined. Now the organization is asking what's next. Looking ahead, Vowles cautioned that the competitive picture of 2026 remains unpredictable. He told motorsport.com he does not expect gaps on the scale seen at the start of the hybrid era, but also does not believe the field will compress to tenths immediately.
He added that new power units and energy management will shape racing patterns. "It will be a chess game with electrical energy," he said, while stressing that the current regulations are in a much better place than when first presented in 2024. What's your take on this situation? Share your opinion below, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more Formula One updates.